Got the roll?
Do you want me to do a roll this evening?
Just note it, I guess.
Okay.
Everybody have a chance to take a look at the minutes?
Move for approval.
Second.
Minutes have been moved and seconded. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes are approved. Number 3 on the agenda, claims.
I'll move to approve the claims. I don't have the exact amount in front of me, sorry. For
I can give you the amount.
413,006, no, that's minutes. Sorry.
It's $1,053,078.49.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, claims have been moved and seconded. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Claims are approved. Discussion and possible action on operators' licenses.
This evening, you're being asked to approve the issuance of 23 regular operator licenses for the period of June 7th, 2016 to June 30th, 2018 to Julia Joseph, Ruth Peterson, Rose Minke, Alan Ballard, Brianna Hinsman, Casey McGuire, Brian Roget, Reason Davis, Zachary Zeller, Elliot Lamberty, Evangeline Mansky, Deborah Fox, Erica Shetty, Derek Evanson, Michael Kruger, Jessica Nelson, Eric McGregor, Paul Simons, Tashada Stanis, Melanie Den, Taylor Rodessel, Sean Atkinson, Trudy Hallberg, and 3 temporary operator licenses to Holly Quinn Mars, Helen McComey, and David Hoon for use at the Hudson Booster Days on June 29th, 2016 till July 4th, 2016, and 4 temporary operator licenses to Andrea Jorgensen, Brian Hins, Darlene Hoon, and Blake Fry.
I'll move to approve. Second.
Okay, the operator's license is moved and seconded. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Discussion of possible action on temporary Class B beer and Class B wine license for the American Cancer Society Relay for Life, Hudson, for an event in Lakefront Park on Friday, June 24th.
Move to approve. Second.
Okay, it's moved and seconded. Discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Discussion and possible action on temporary Class B beer and Class B wine license for the Hudson Area Chamber of Commerce and Tourism Bureau, Spirit of the St. Croix Art Festival, September 24th, 2016 to September 25th, 2016.
What about Booster Days? Is that one?
That was number 7.
Well, since you read it, I'll move to approve.
Oh, I'm sorry. I moved,
Yeah, second.
I didn't bring my reading glasses here today. All right, okay, so we're doing 7 then and then go back to 6? Okay, sorry about that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is approved. Discussion and possible action on temporary Class B beer, Class B wine license for the Hudson Booster Days, July 1st, 2016 to July 4th, 2016.
Move to approve. Second.
We have a
Discussion.
backup plan as far as flooding or construction down there?
What's the question, Randy?
Do we have a backup plan for that? Construction or flooding that might happen down in Lakefront Park?
Did you see anything on there? Or do we have a backup plan to remove that time?
Yeah, what if the parking lot's not usable, is the question. Is this the time to?
Not really part of this agenda item.
It is with the map that's attached to it.
Okay.
Right, council?
Tom and I have been discussing it. It appears what's going to end up happening is if they can't get down into the river with the sewer piping, we're going to move that off into a grassy area. We're going to put down Class 5 gravel, smooth it out as best we can so that the carnival can go into that parking lot. Everything else will be normal that it has been in the past, down in that the band shell area. And then we will fence off the area that has the piping in it so that people can't get to it or will stay away from it. And hopefully we'll have that in place by the week before. all indications, if everything goes well, Second Street should be opened up hopefully the week before the parade. So we're working on that.
Just knocking on wood there.
Say what now?
I'm just knocking on wood.
Yeah.
Thank you for the answer.
Yeah, not a problem.
Thanks. Further discussion? We had a motion, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Got it. All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Number 8, discussion of possible action on applications for renewal of liquor licenses for the period of 7/1/2016 to 6/30/2017.
And the applications are on file in the clerk's office, and they are for the period 7/1/2016 to 6/30/2017, as contingent on successful completion of building and fire inspections, payment of any outstanding debt owed to the city, confirmation of premises description areas, and including approval of one agent change request for Badger Hospitality Incorporated. It's a requested change of agent to Billy Joe Hoopert.
I have a question. There's 38 applications, but 23 are listed. What happened to the others?
Leanne?
Quickly, who's Badger Hospitality? Where's that?
There's 38 renewal licenses.
Yeah, I know, but there's only, how many are listed here? Oh, I see, yeah, okay, you're right. Yep, I got it.
Who's Badger? What? Who's Badger Hospitality?
Green Mill?
Oh, okay. Oh, I see it.
Might want to refer to the list in your motion, the list on the issue sheet of renewal licenses.
I'll move we recommend approval, including the Badger Hospitality change of agent.
I'll second that.
Okay. Motion to approve with a second. Discussion? No further discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Number 9, discussion of possible action on taxi driver's licenses.
Recommend approval of the issuance of 10 taxi driver licenses for the period of July 1st, 2016 to June 30th, 2017 to Frank Bolton, Joseph Lungzinger, Mark Linton, Brian Lovejoy, Todd DeRoser, Timothy Witzel, Atha Phillips, Joshua Nelson, Aaron Boyd, and Robert Francis, contingent on payment of any outstanding debt owed to the city.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all is in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Number 10, discussion of possible action on taxi service yearly renewal application for A Taxi Hudson.
This is for the 9 vehicles listed on their application, contingent on receipt of the required certificate of insurance and payment of any outstanding debt owed to the city.
Move to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and second. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Number 12, discussion of possible action on the city quota for the Class A beer and Class A liquor licenses. Oh, I'm sorry, number 11, the fee schedule. Possible action on Resolution 14-16 approving and adopting the city's 2016 fee schedule for the city of Hudson. Everybody have a chance to look at it?
Yeah. I'll move for approval. Do we need to talk about it?
Nope, the only thing was I kind of went through our ordinances and kind of matched up the fee schedule. And there were some things that weren't listed in the, or actually within the fee schedule that should have been in there. So I was just kind of cleaning some of that up. And then some recommendations from the other departments as well.
Okay. Tom, you moving it?
Yeah. Move for approval.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. Discussion and
Do we have to
possible,
suspend the rules on that? Isn't that a roll call vote? No, I'm
At
sorry.
council,
At council,
will
but not a
adopt
fin-
the resolution and
All right, that was my
suspend the
confusion,
rules.
sorry.
Yep.
I was kind of like, wait.
Roll call. I only heard me, did you?
yeah.
Aye.
Discussion and possible action on the city quota for Class A beer and Class A liquor licenses.
The issue sheet's pretty self-explanatory, what happened and why it's on the agenda tonight. I kind of referenced in there what our ordinance states for you guys to decide, if you'd like to move forward with that, or,
You're asking for, we're looking to increase, correct? Mm-hmm. And is that the type of language you want with? how
Well, it
you-
would require an ordinance change, so it's really for discussion, just to bring up the issue. Apparently, this Kinseth Hotel Corporation, the Hampton Inn that's going to be opening here, would like to, well, has inquired about a Class A beer only, or Class A beer and Class A liquor,
beer and liquor.
to be available in their little convenience store type thing off, have you seen those in reception areas?
Can't be
at
liquor.
Hotels?
It's a beer and wine.
It'd be beer, well, Class A retail would be
It's
beer
only
and
off-
liquor, but it's
it's
usually wine
By
and,
the container, not for consumption on the
Yeah.
premises. To take, for guests in the hotel to take to their rooms.
So there are none available right now.
right.
What, if we were to change the ordinance, what are the parameters? What's our?
Well, there are no quotas on Class A liquor licenses, beer or intoxicating liquor. The only under state statute, the only state quota applies to Class B intoxicating.
What are the hours of sale?
It'd fall under the Class A,
But-
which would be, I think right now what we have for the retail is until 9 PM.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't be approving it for this is the reason the question's coming up. And so it's just whether you want to increase the quota in general for Class A.
Currently, you have 6 of them now.
Who holds them?
I'm not sure right off the top of my head who
Couple
has them.
examples. Are the hotels holding them or?
No.
No, that would be your liquor stores.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think any of the hotels in town
Nope.
have inquired about this,
Nope.
as far as I know.
Nope, it was the liquor stores, Northland Liquor and some of those that have them.
Any appetite for this?
I'll move to increase them.
Yeah, I'll second that. I don't have a problem with that.
Well, we'll need some parameters. I mean, the ordinance right now is what, 1 per 2,500? And so it's up, there is no state quota on it, so,
Why do we have a quota then?
well, the city council at some point decided it wanted a quota. I mean, the city is more restrictive than the
Right.
state statute on, I think we have Class B beer as well quotas, and I don't believe there's a state statute.
Maybe the
on it.
question should be, should we eliminate the quota or increase it? And I'd be willing to eliminate it as long as we have some oversight on it. And I guess
Well-
because approval would be oversight.
Correct. You have listed in your ordinance the factors you consider, is it compatible with the neighborhood, more jobs, parking, that kind of thing.
So we still have a system in place to do the checks and balances, even if we eliminate the quota.
Yes.
Yes, you would still go through the same process in evaluating any applicant.
You got an appetite for that, John?
Yeah, the only hesitation I ever have is, do you create, if unlimited competition is possible, then how does that affect the people that currently hold the licenses? You know what I mean? So you've got one and Tom's got one and I want one, but, so you're kind of in a competitive position. So that's where it gets kind of interesting, I think.
Well, I've always had the ideology of competition makes us better operators. I mean,
And the quotas are really not designed, I mean, the council is not supposed to sit in a position of regulating competition. The idea behind the quotas is kind of public health, safety, welfare, use of law enforcement resources, the general atmosphere in the community that you're trying to encourage and foster, the business type atmosphere. I know when the quotas, well, I don't know this is what I understand the basis for the quotas to be, was there was a concerted effort at some point in the past. Hudson was kind of seen as a place to go to after hours, at least for Minnesota people, to come and buy liquor. And I think there was a concerted effort to create a different environment in the downtown and by use of quotas. That's just my understanding, not, so, but it's not a competitive type restriction. That's not the purpose of
Well, will that allow grocery stores and other places to sell liquor then?
They could
They could
apply.
apply,
If they qualify.
but also they'd have to fall under the ordinance that we have, and I think that says that certain ones can't get it if it'd have to be in a separate.
Yeah, there's other
Building place,
restrictions
yeah.
that apply, separate entrances, minors on the premises and stuff like that, and you'd have to go through the same.
Our ordinance is pretty restrictive when it comes to that.
Either way, if we open the quota, or up the quota, they'll still be able to, a grocery store if they meet the other
Yeah,
requirements.
under state law.
Sure.
Right.
Yep.
So we're not
We're not really-
creating that
No,
problem.
and we're not really messing with the state statute either, so I guess I'm okay. I don't really have a problem with it. I don't really understand why ever we had it to begin with, frankly.
I'll withdraw the original motion and move to, what do you want to?
Well, just, if you're just going to no quota, then it's an ordinance repealing the existing ordinance.
That's what I'm moving to do.
Okay, that we'd need to prepare. And the only other thought that I had on it is law enforcement resources.
And I would agree, and obviously, the issue before us right now is not about the hotel. The issue is whether we would increase the quota. But obviously, the discussion is being driven by the interest by the hotel in getting the license. And I would definitely be interested in hearing what Marty has to say about rule enforcement of this, because somebody's got to keep an eye on these guys to make sure they're not selling to underage and make sure that they're staying within the bounds of the time frame in which they could actually sell. And I don't know who's going to be going into hotels checking on that.
There's that issue, and then just the general issue on increasing quota. You'll have more businesses that will need to be monitored.
Being a former holder of license and a business owner of that type of situation, I'll tell you, it's policed pretty well. And because there is the threat of losing your license
Well-
or being fined considerably.
You're talking about losing a license that's going to put you out of business. This is talking about losing a license that they just can't sell booze in their hotel anymore,
Well, that's why I question the liquor,
or beer.
beer and wine.
It covers the wine.
Either way, I mean, the only sanction is that they lose that capability. It doesn't put them out of business. It's a whole different standard.
And maybe there needs to be more teeth behind other ordinances that include the hotels and defining those ordinances.
Well, right now, the issue is quota. If an application comes in, how, whether you're comfortable with the sale of liquor in that particular scenario.
Because I can
you
tell you,
can
the other hotel
evaluate.
folks are gonna come and ask.
Absolutely, they are, and where I'm sure that the liquor stores are being policed adequately, now all of a sudden you're adding a whole different dimension.
I think if you put well, I'm speaking on my own personal experience that there is no difference. That is there, and there is consequences for underage selling and after-hours selling.
If this was approved, would your hotel want to apply for one of these?
At some point, not in the near future.
Week or two.
No.
Marty, can you speak to this at all?
Well, if the hotels were getting a liquor license, it'd be just like any other establishment in town. We would go and check it probably once or twice a year to make sure that they have their license displayed, that they have an adequate number of operators on duty and so forth, and follow up on any complaints that we have. I know like the Hudson House has its own liquor license. It has its own bar. We have not had any issues at there that I can recall. I don't see that being an issue. I do know, I think we had a conversation here recently with Catherine and I about the movie theater possibly thinking about doing something along those same lines, and I'm waiting for some responses back from the Chiefs Association to see if there's been any other movie theaters in Wisconsin that have done that same thing. But again, it comes down to getting out and doing checks, and if we start getting complaints or hearing that, you know, there are violations, then we take a more aggressive approach to those establishments.
And both those entities police themselves pretty doggone well, either good or bad.
I see a lot of difference, frankly.
I don't have a problem with it. I understand, you know, as a business traveler, and it's nice to be able to, you know, take a bottle of wine in your hotel room, you may not have access to other places at a particular time. It's a convenience that, you know, it makes it, especially for a hotel, it makes it worthwhile.
Reputation is everything. I think we might be making a mountain out of a molehill. I respect your opinion, but I would disagree with it. I don't think you're opening up a can of worms.
What do these cost, Catherine? What does a license cost?
I don't know, do you know the license fee for a Class A?
Yeah, I have the fee schedule right here.
Oh, that's right. That's handy.
It's so long, I can't sort of like sit through it.
Class A beer is 50 and Class A liquor is 500.
Set by statute, right? I think so.
Well, there's a range. They give you a range, and this is what the city has set it at.
Thanks.
All right, so we've got a motion. Just as to rescind the ordinance.
Well, we'll bring an ordinance back next council meeting if it's approved at council, repealing the quota ordinance for Class A beer and intoxicating liquor. And then it will need to go, you know, the council will decide whether to approve it. It can't be done at this finance or council meeting.
So there's time to chew it over.
Yeah.
I'll second, I think I already did, but
Okay. Motion and second to repeal the ordinance. All those in favor?
aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Aye. So,
So it just goes
Fails
to the
on it.
council
Yeah.
without really a recommendation.
all right, I think let's see, gotta get back to the agenda.
Good.
That's it.
So that's it, right? Anything for future agendas?
Move to adjourn.
Second?
Motion and second to adjourn, discussion. Hearing none, all is in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Stand adjourned. Thanks, everybody.